And here I would also call jungle. I would call our jungler. I would make sure he comes bot. Because we should, in my opinion, play off the level 6. Play off this wave. If we can play on this wave to kill them, great. If we cannot kill them, we just push in and we get the Drake. We are going to look at the things he does well. We're going to look at the things he does poorly, based on what I think. And we are also going to look at map movement specifically. So let's start by looking at the draft. We have Caitlyn Naut into Rel Jinx. We have Syndra, Nidalee, Naafiri, Orianna. I would say initially this lane we will have a hard time getting prio, but we can fight. She also has Halo Blades, so they do faster, they do better in the fast trades, and we do better in the longer trades because we have lethal tempo. Okay, we're going to look at Rekkles Rel. We're going to look at move timers and how he uses them. We're going to look at lane. Let's start by looking at lane, actually. We're gonna look at vision, how he plays and uses vision. We're gonna look at team fights. And we're gonna look at... Yeah, I think let's keep it like this for now. Base timers. Base timers. Okay, that's what we're gonna look at. We can always switch it up and whatnot, but for making it simple, let's just stick to this. Okay, and then we're just gonna keep it here, and whenever we see something that's notable, we will note it down. How to review, how to get better. Yeah, so we're late to lane because Jinx got chunked out, which means we just have to give. That sucks. I also like that he actually ends up being the one walking forward. Like, this is not something a lot of people would do. But this is actually like a very good thing to do. If we get traded on, they will push faster to us. If we don't get traded on, we just can't play the game. So he walks up and tanks the hook for Jinx, so that Jinx can play. And he knows this, because first of all he's a good player, and also because he knows how it is to play AD here. So the reason why this is really, really important to understand is because when we get traded on here, look at these minions, look at these little minions here. Let me grab my epic pen because it's nicer to just highlight things. The moment he gets hooked, look at the minions. Boom. They all transition into them, which means the wave will push faster to us, which means we will lose less. So a super small detail, but that's very good for lane, because now we can actually play the lane, right? They spent all their CDs on Rel, so now we can play the lane. Because there's no Q. Yeah, and now they have CDs again, so we have to respect. I don't actually like what Jinx is doing here. Like, she should not be using Rocket, in my opinion. She should just be using her minigun, because it just pushes slower. Yeah, there's not much to see here. Like, we just wait for the wave to come in, and that's why I wanted him to use minigun instead of using Rocket, because it just pushes slower. Oh, lol. Same thing, if he gets hooked here, it's not bad. Because all the minions will just tank the Naut, and he will get aftershock by getting hooked. And then using Q on the hook. So he will tank very little, and the wave will push faster, and that's the whole idea behind this. Yeah, and we should not freeze either, because the wave is like very big. So we will tank a lot. I don't want to micro-analyze too much, but just a small thing is like I would wait with taking that minion, because we want to slow push. We want to slow push as slow as possible. We want to get 3 before them, and we could do that if we let the tower hit last second on the minions. So like we create a little bit more space in the lane. Like instead of having the lane here, we just have the lane here. And that little thing here can make a difference. I support this approach. You're the pioneer here. You're the pioneer here. No one has your expertise. Explain away. Alright, I will explain away. I will microanalyze. I'll do that. Because you see, like, here, if we did that little thing, it would be a little bit harder for them to, like, approach the wave, and we would get 3 before them. And we could potentially force a fight. Like, not thinking about the junglers here, just thinking about the situation. Like, look, level 3. He's not level 3, he probably lost a little bit. But, yeah, we would have a longer timer on the level 3 to level 2, and then we could play on that. I think here a bit sketchy to... I mean, it depends a lot on junglers, but... I don't really see the reason of again using the rocket. Like, you don't gain anything from it. So it would just be better to slow push it. If you keep quiet, you don't teach that one who could have known. It's true. It's true. I should use my my big brain. You're right. I don't see the point in queuing either here, because we're not playing like for the push here. I would rather just hold the aftershock, because we get like 50 damage and we trade our aftershock, so they can actually trade back on us. Like, and that's also what they do, right? Should just now should just walk up more and force the fight, because there's no aftershock on real. Yeah, but a bit what we talked about with the extended trades. With the extended trades and the versus like fast trades. We should win extended trades, because lethal tempo versus Halo plates. But we would want it to be on our side, so that we can play it. Okay, let's move on. And then, like, because of the way that we played the wave beforehand, we just have to concede. And it just sucks. And that's what happens. Like... That's what happens. We have to concede. We don't have the wave pushed in, because we weren't playing for the wave the way we should. As a duo, right? It's not only Rekkles' fault, obviously. Then we end up having to give, and we should just give, just base. Like, we're not gonna walk up. We're not gonna be able to walk up, so just base. And if Rekkles wants to stay, he could stay and move mid. But like, you can just base. It's fine. The wave is gonna slow push. It is what it is. Accept it. Accept your loss. And just base. You come back with a dagger refill. Maybe on Jinx. Something like that. But it's better than dying, right? He doesn't have to die. He doesn't have to step up. The wave is slow pushing to him. But with that mindset, you should just base. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be watching support from behind. That's always fun, because you need to think a bit differently. At this stage, he's probably gonna try to hold. Probably gonna try to hold a little bit. And that's what he did. I really like doing this, by the way. Something that support mains have to do a lot. If people concede, like, they have pushed the wave. If bot lane has pushed the wave. Let's just say bot lane pushed the wave here, right? Now what this bot lane should be doing is that they should be making sure this bot lane goes on the tower. This wave goes on the tower. If this wave doesn't go on the tower, you just hold. So one thing I really like doing is, let's say they walk back, right? They're like, okay, wave is gonna go on, under. Then you walk forward, and then they're gonna be like, oh, fuck this. They walk back up, you walk back, and then they think they've broken the freeze. They walk back again, and you walk back again. So you just keep them there, and you just keep ruining their tempo 1 second at a time. And like here they did it, right? They walk the wave in. They escort the wave so that he cannot freeze. But I've seen it a trillion times that people do this. Yeah, cat and mouse, kind of like cat and mouse. And you never extend too far, but you extend enough for them to have to walk up and stop your base. Exactly. Like, he can never freeze this wave. It's gigantic. And the next wave is here. But the fact that he tells them that I might freeze the wave forces them to waste tempo. And a couple seconds here and there can easily add up. And at this stage, we would want a base on Rel. So I would say we should just hard shove this next wave. Which is also what they do. Because if we are slow pushing, Rel is like essentially much weaker, so we have to hard shove. And if now wants to freeze for whatever reason, he can do that instead of basing. But he decided to base. Let's say, by the way, let's say just for educational reasons, that Rel was fresh from base. Then instead of hard shoving this next wave coming in, you just slow push 2 waves and crash the second wave. Yeah, okay, good. Now we have something called a move timer, right? When you are moving as a support, what do you need to think about? The first thing you need to think about is how much time do I have? Second is, where can I make the most impact? Something like this. Like, how much time do I have? Where can I make the most impact of my time? Ward drops. Okay? So let's take a look at the map. We analyze the map a little bit here to understand what we should do. I'm not going to be pausing because that will create the bar. But mid lane is even, Syndra is spacing, she's probably going to TP. We have a small timer here, I would say we just walk into mid. And perhaps drop a pink ward here. We could walk into mid and drop a pink ward here. The reason why you would walk into bot immediately is because you want to play the wave. But I don't see the point in doing that, because we're not going to be gaining anything from going bot side like immediately. Like, I would just open through mid and then walk through river into bot. It will be the same outcome. But then you could, for example, drop a pink ward here, right? Or let's say you had a normal ward, right? Or you could even sweep for enemy. Something like that. So just walking through mid, boom, 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 and then straight into bot. It will give the same outcome and the same situation. So far, big knowledge goldmine. Would love to see that the same depth for top mid too. It will happen. Nice, lovely. Okay, so he has jungler on bot side, and this is also a little bit why I would want that pink here. Because we also know if we're getting answered by jungle through bot. But he also managed, like, the place he places the pink ward is also like very good, right? Because it means that Nidalee can match, and he can also defend the pink ward. So actually, in hindsight, I do think that the pink ward is better here than here, because we can't defend it. If they want it, they can take it, and it doesn't give us that much info. So I would say it is better actually to place the pink, and I was wrong. Okay, I mean, jungler is also showing here. This is again hindsight, power of hindsight, because we don't know if there is a potential play for them on mid. But if there was a potential play for mid, then the pink ward would have saved mid lane, or we would know the play is coming. But he makes a play for bot lane, and he also gets, like, he allows to get traded on. This is something that I really love as well. It's like, he's not making it too obvious, But he's making it a little bit obvious. You know, like if I see Rel do this, I'm thinking jungler's probably around. Because like why is he getting chunked for free? But you also know from the start of the game that it's Rekkles, so he's probably not gonna do this. But like really, really well played. Really good snap engage. And also one little small thing, small detail that's very, very important. Look, when he flashes in. He flashes in when Caitlyn is animated. So there's no way for her to like play it without flashing. This is also just like a small thing for her support mains. That's very nice. Alright, well, he used his move timer just to be able to play on the slow push on bot. Because one thing about move timers is you also have to realize what you want to move for. Okay? One thing you can move for is you just move and let them crash the next wave. Okay? You move and let them crash the next wave. Or you move, but you want to be able to play on the wave. Because you want to play your lane. So that's what he did here, right? Because if he wanted to move and just let them crash, for whatever reason, he could even run top lane, you know? But the thing about that is like, yeah, you will have nothing to play on bot, right? Which doesn't makes much sense, but it is something that you have to think about when you're playing support. Like, okay, do I want to play for my bot lane wave? Do I want to play for the map? And if so, how much time do I have? For example, if he wants to play map, the time he has to be bot lane is when the wave is slow pushing away from bot. Because that's when he will need to help the Jinx. But if he wants to play bot lane, when does he need to be bot? He will have to be bot lane when the wave is slow pushing, aka right now. Right, so this is a concept that's really important for supports players to know. And he makes a nice little play, well fucking played. Oh, I can't say the F word. It's bad for YouTube. Cut it. And because it's 2v3 and they still try to play for some reason, they are winning it. Okay, now we should base. There's nothing more here. There's nothing more here. I mean, he sticks around just in case, like, this accelerates. But, like, one thing I really like about Rekkles on support, by the way, that I think, like, any player can learn, not just the role, is, like, he doesn't grief when his teammates grief. Like, here, you could easily just die as a support. It's like, on display here. So, okay, we get the kill, great. They just keep going, but they don't respect the timer and the tempo of Orianna. Ori flashes over. And here, Rel could easily just, maybe not in this case, but in other cases, like go and also just die. It's like, you're not gaining anything from dying. And this is why he has good KDAs, because he doesn't die with his team when his teammates are inting. And I think this is actually a very good thing. Because you see here that he's not afraid to snap engage, right? Like here, he's snap engaging on the Caitlyn. He's forcing the play, he's being proactive. So if he died here, it would be fine. Like, it would be worth it. And he's also, like, forcing the Naruto and whatnot, right? And the same thing here. He's not afraid to be in front. It's such a bullshit statement that has come around him, like, being afraid to die and whatnot. Like, on support. On mid AD, there's maybe some truth to it, but on support, no. Like, he's first. He's first in the play. If he dies, it makes sense. He's dying for the jungler, so it's worth it. Or the play, right? Okay, good. So, another move timer. We have to ask ourselves if we have a move timer, first of all. When you're basing here, that's when you gotta figure it out. You gotta look at bot wave. Okay, Caitlyn is already back because we killed her and she's back on the map. So we don't actually have a move timer. Then you also ask yourself, do I have something to move to? We don't have any wards to drop, so we have no reason to move. Mid wave is shoved, so we have no reason to move. Bot wave is shoving in, so we have a reason to be bot. Makes sense? Sometimes the process of elimination can also help you figure out what you should do. Right? It's a common thing, like, if you know what you don't like, you kind of know what you like. So that could help you also in League here. And I mean, yeah, he moves bot and Caitlyn is not respecting the Syndra timer, I guess. And look, same thing here. Like Syndra is dead, right? And instead of just dying with her, he's just bailing out of the play. It's not a good play. Neferi matched it. Sucks. It did look like Caitlyn was griefing for a bit. And I also do think she kind of is. Syndra is just not using ult. But I guess maybe he doesn't have enough damage. I'm not sure. But like, that doesn't matter, I guess. More importantly, it's how we play it. Ezreal here. As it is Rekkles we're looking at. There's no play. Unfortunate. We just base again. He has nothing to base for other than a pink ward if he wanted it. But he already has a pink on the map, I think. So yeah, one pink ward and we get our item, like we get our luckily as well with this base timer, it's perfectly matched with the wards. Also a small thing. Small thing is like he just gets the wards up, but he will get the wards refreshed. So instead of just having it, he just places a one ward because why not? It's free. Okay, same thing. You ask yourself if you have a move timer. Look at the bot wave. Bot wave looks to be slow pushing to enemy. So we have to go and play that. We have to help fix that. Because if Jinx dies, it's very, very bad. Then we take a look at the map. We see what is now doing. We still don't know Naut. We still don't know Naut. But we know Neferi is top side because he was just bot side for a longer period of time. We know now that Naut is top side. We saw him on the map. So I would even threaten the dive here. I think what he's doing is wrong here. This ward is good, but like go more. Go more. Like go in here and ward here, or go in here and ward here. I would say honestly here he should continue. Ward here. Come here. Ward here. And then he knows everything about the jungle. Because the alternative is that he's just walking in lane and showing, hello guys, I'm here. And we get nothing from it. So that would have been a good timer to ward both of the spots. And he would still be here, either to dive or to make this play happen. And now he's going for this ward. Right? But I just think he should have done it before, and I think we should have dived on this wave. Because we know now timer. We have a small timer here. When Naut is spotted. We have a small timer here. Look, he's spotted now. He's spotted now. So for him to be bot will be like 30 seconds. So if Rel just goes and dies here, it's 100% worth it. Instead of just getting only the plate. Rel should just go die for the AD. To die. We for sure one-shot it. We also will skip a little bit in the bot. We don't want to waste too much time looking at people just farming. Here we should play for 6, and we should probably play for Dragon too. Like I would just one-shot. I would just one-shot this wave and get Dragon. Because we have a timer. Just one-shot the wave. If they want to freeze, go ahead. But we are very slow on actually doing it. So now they can freeze and they're like it's good for them. And here I would also call jungle. I would call our jungler. I would make sure he comes bot. Because we should, in my opinion, play off the level 6. Play off this wave. If we can play on this wave to kill them, great. If we cannot kill them, we just push in and we get the Drake. Because they have to match and we do the Drake quite fast. But we do the Drake through bot lane, not through mid. It's very important. You go through bot here, not through mid. If you have to link up with mid, sure, but he should be fine on his own by you being fucking war. But yeah, we're very slow and we're not really playing for anything specific here. So we just end up being AFK and giving them a freeze. Which is very sad. Because why would we do that? We can avoid it. Yeah. Why is this happening? It's again happening because of this situation here. We just need to one-shot the wave. There's no play on bot. One-shot the wave, go dragon. And then because we are so slow at one-shotting the wave, like we should do should use the cannon, right? Not the minigun. Because we're so slow, they can freeze. And they don't even have to freeze for that long either. Like, look. They should have started to freeze when the wave was like here. And then because of that, we have to play a longer lane. And now can just like go spit on Jinx. He just go spit on him. And Rekkles is doing the right thing. Here, there's no other thing to do than to go on the Caitlyn, because the Naut is not gonna kill the Jinx, but the Caitlyn will. And Caitlyn also did well by flashing. And because we have jungle and like mid, they went through jungle. They went through mid into bot. So we end up having a good situation. No, I don't think he can block necessarily. It's just like we have put ourselves in this like bad situation. He could maybe block it, but it's better to just get the 2-for-1 here, like with jungle support. Okay, we ask ourselves again after this play what we should be playing for. Okay, nicely done. Let's go for after the play. I mean, it's good he's blocking the Orianna, right? It's good positioning. Okay, dragon, it's gone. Unlucky, stolen. That's how it is sometimes. From base. From base, we ask ourselves what we need to do. There's no objective topside. Mid lane is even wave, he's just gonna shove the wave. So it makes sense to go through bot into the map again. Because the wave is slow stacking and he could get dived if he was showing on mid. Because they have full item. And I think he should be pinging and communicating a bit more about the Naut situation. Okay, now Jinx is safe. So he should play the map, in my opinion. I feel like we're getting shit stomped on bot. Because one item and most useless item in the game. So I don't see how we can ever win a fight. So in my opinion, we should try to hold the fuck a war from river. And if we need to cover Jinx on the wave when they dive, we should do that. But else, I don't think we shouldn't. I'm very surprised bot lane is giving prior here. I don't think they should. I don't feel like they have to. Maybe because they don't have Naut ult, I'm not sure. But like one item Caitlyn's kind of slaps right now. Or maybe jungle situation, they don't know. But yeah, I don't think they should give prior at all. They should try to fight it. One thing, by the way, that I really want everyone to learn, that's not just support, but like when you're done with your wave. Hello, Hickrux. When you're done with your wave, you need to think about what you want to do. Do I want plates? Do I want to move? Do I want to take vision? Like, you need to think about it before you finish your wave. You need to move with intention. So often I see players finish their wave and then they just start zigzagging in lane, like, for fun. You need to think about it before, so that you can make an adaptation, basically, immediately. Like here, he finishes his wave immediately. This is a really good learning thing for everybody. Every single lane. Finishes the wave. Wave is gone now after cannon. There's nothing more to do here. Wave is gone. Boom. Go place the ward. No wasted time. If they want to freeze, it's fine. They're not even gonna freeze here. The wave is too bad. Okay, we don't know enemy jungle. Okay, if Jinx was ready, this was a good engage. But this is again what I mean, right? Like, he's not afraid to going first, and I really like that. It's a habit that he had to change from being AD. Because on AD he was very different, right? Like, if Jinx is ready, he should for sure ping, like communicate. It's a really poor mindset to have, to not communicate what you want to do. Like, not a single ping. In voice you just say it, right? But, like, ping, go, Jinx, boom, and he's dead. Like, Caitlyn is actually dead. Which also makes me think that we might actually win that, even though item, because Rel is so strong. Like, he might actually be able to beat the Kate 1v1, and Jinx just has to, like, do small work, even with item. So I might be wrong about that situation. Here with the prio. It just seems awkward to me that now Kate have to give prio with full collector. But Rel is kind of fucking OP here. She is very OP. Rel is kind of OP here, so. Okay. Hola. This is the most useless good play. No, it could have been a good play, this one. Like, it's one person out of position. He is essentially out of position, Caitlyn, here. Like, I don't know why. He is hugging this side. This is the only side you can get engaged on. So Caitlyn should be hugging this side. So she can always play the minions. She is actually dead here. She is very dead. If Jinx just isn't slow on the... And maybe we could combo a bit better, but like, if Jinx isn't slow on the rockets, on the traps, she's dead. We could stun lock a little bit better, but like, ping more, make him go. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. We died on bot. What happened? Okay. Well played. Tuna Fury and Orianna. At this stage, we ask ourselves what we're playing for, coming out of base. I would say we shove one wave and we get deep vision. Here. Like, we don't gain anything from slow pushing, in my opinion. So I think we should just one-shot this wave, go mid, and play through mid. Jinx is not strong, and Jinx will not be strong. So one-shot one wave here, do not slow push, go play with nearly. Because the Herald is coming up, so that should also be what we play for, and we should play through mid. So one-shot the wave, go through mid. He actually ends up, like, placing full control. And then resetting because of item. So I really like that too. Full control around bot side, reset, and then play the Herald. Really fucking important. Sorry, I can't say F word. Really important to learn this on, again, any single role. This is not support related. If you have item spike, find your reset timer. This would be a really good reset timer where he full placed his vision. Every single thing has been placed. So instead of running up here and just standing with no vision, he bases and has vision for the objective. This I have seen in LEC, coaching support players, by the way, that people aren't doing this correctly. But getting this control allows Jinx to play for free And getting that base allows us to then replace the vision on top side. So Jinx has safety for the next 2 waves, this one as well. And then we can play top side. So this is a really, really big thing about vision. And he opens on top side because we don't have the right situation to go for control right now. We need to link up with Nidalee. I think Nidalee is making a mistake by going through top. I think we should go through mid. Because if you wanted to go through top for the Herald here... Wait, let me just see the situation. I mean, he is pretty fat, but he is also pretty fat. Yeah, we should go through mid. We should go through mid. It's better. And then he ends up being a bit AFK here. I don't like this at all. I don't like this one bit. I think this is trollless. This is very troll. We already have this control. I think we should contest the objective. We have 1 item on everybody. I think we should fight for this, but slowly. Because there's also no cross-map play. Like we're not dictating the bot lane wave state because we're late on this wave. We're not dictating this wave. So it just doesn't make sense to go bot side here. We should go into Herald. Yeah. Gragas is probably also low. We don't see it, but he should look at it. Because we're just giving this without knowing. Yeah, so I think this is really, really bad. And we're cross-mapping nothing in return. The only cross-map we're getting is... The only cross-map you're getting is like control for the object, like for the dragon, you know? Because we're not even able to get the tower or anything. So it's a really, really bad cross-map. Okay, there's a good question here from Vax. I'm just gonna pull this here. But then you go in blind, because Nida is top. You know what we should do? It's actually very simple. We go back here. She's going topside now. When you see this thing on topside, clearing this vision is okay. Clearing this vision is okay. But at this stage, you're just linking up through top. You know that they're not on the objective yet. So what I would do is just walk through here and walk through here and link up through top, and Syndra can play solo and collapse perhaps. Instead of going like 2 here and 2 here. So I'd better have it. We just walk through top. And we have the time. You can drop a ward over just to see if they've started it. And if they have started it, you don't have to come from the same angle. Like if they started it right now, it's fine to come 2 and 2 because they're already like locked in. Anyways, we give it. It's okay. Next play. We cannot contest through bot. Bot lane is boom. So it's the same thing. We have to go through mid. They drop Herald because they want to play Dragon, perhaps. So it's extra pressure for us to match. But Ori does not respect. I mean, good pick. Good pick. We have to give Dragon now. Again. Like, you see what I mean? We just ended up giving bot tower and both objectives. So not only did we cross-map, but we got cross-mapped. Kind of. Like, we lost the objective and got cross-mapped on, like... It doesn't work like that. And I think we're in prime position to fight 1 item on everybody. So I would fight. Okay. Coming from base. What do we do? I think we should play through sides, honestly. We should not play through mid. Well, the map is a bit on fire, to be honest. But I think we have to play through side in general. Play through Syndra side. How's the item situation? I need to tap out here. 1 item, 1.5. I mean, Syndra is weak now. 2 items to 1 item. I think we have to go through Aatrox side, actually. It's the only one who's winning. Which sucks, because you really don't want your mage to be playing alone. But we don't win that side. But what you can do, let's say you want to play with your mage, because you don't want to leave the mage alone. What you can do is, on this wave, Let's imagine Syndra doesn't die, because this is just grief int. On this wave, you give the mid wave, and you and Italy are already hovering bot wave. This wave here. So when they're collecting the mid wave, you have a fast timer. Let's say you have like 10 seconds to make a play on bot. Because what will happen is, if you keep extending it, the people from mid lane will just go and collapse on you. And then you are outnumbered, and you die. So you have a fast timer, you have a fast play to make here. I mean, map is on fire now. Like, map is actually like full on fire. I think this might be it, guys. Let's see. And we're not linking up either with jungle. We're just doing our own thing. Like, this is what I mean. Going through side. Like here. We have the mid wave. So the next wave. This next mid wave, the one here. We're giving it. So if we're giving it, instead of standing on it and being AFK, just go side. Go on this wave. And play. It's just like people are so disconnected. It's a bit solo queue, but like you still can play around it, right? You could still... And yeah, now you actually see it in full effect. Look, they have gotten the mid wave. Look at mid wave right now. This is what I talked about before. They've gotten the mid wave right now. Imagine that Syndra is full HP and Syndra is standing in here. When the mid wave comes and is even, you have a quick timer. A very quick timer to make a play. And if you kill the Orianna instantly, you can perhaps like keep the play going. With Aatrox TP and like Jinx collapsing after. But like, look. Caitlyn has taken the wave. And she's rotating down, right? So they will have numbers now. And he tries to make a play happen. It just happens to be that we're weak as shit. So we just don't win. And I think... this is game, guys. So yeah, this is a very, very important thing to learn. A very important concept. If you can't contest the mid wave, contest the side wave. And be there first. And be more people. That way you can make a quick play. Okay, and I think this is game. I think there's not a lot of reason to keep watching. Yeah, I think that's game.